I have a torn labrum in my hip. Probably gonna do surgery. I'm gonna do surgery. I just don't know what the exact date is. Probably within a month. Start the recovery process, and then we'll see what the future holds after that. Hopefully, recovery goes well, and I'd be ready to play hockey at some point next year.
So you want to play still, and you want to come back to the Bruins?
Yes. Hopefully, I mean, I do mentally. I'm up for that, and then the physical aspect. Hopefully, everything goes well, like I said, and then we'll probably be looking at January or February return to hockey. So that's kind of the plan, and hopefully it works out.
Thank you.
Joe Haggerty.
Hey, Tukes, just how much of a grind was it for you playing through a labrum issue in your hip, and how bad, or was it worsening as the playoffs were going on? And was it getting more difficult to sort of battle through it?
Yeah, well, yes, it was hard because, I had it all year. So, we got to manage my workload really well during the season, so you don't have to play a lot of games in a row. And then obviously in the playoffs, you play every other night. So it's harder, but it was never, it never got to a point where I couldn't play. The reason why I missed time during the season was because, I was compensating that hip injury with my other muscles, and then my back seized up, and I could barely walk for a week over there. So that's, why I missed the time. And then the hip itself was never the issue. It just locks up on me every once in a while, and that's why you see me, kind of limping out there. But it was obviously, it's not easy to play with a hip, labral tear as your goalie. But like I said a couple of days ago, I think our training staff did a great job maintaining it and keeping me out there.
Kevin Dupont.
Hey, Tuukka. A couple of things, if I could. The labral tear, you say it was all year. Was there an incident where you felt it go, or is it one of these wear injuries?
I think it's both. The first time I felt it, it was during those bubble games we played against Carolina, and I made a quick stretch. I reacted to something, and I felt the pop there. It wasn't something that it was, it felt awful. It was just something definitely happened. I'm guessing that, along with the wear and tear over the years, is what happened. But obviously, you play goalie as much as I have, and with the style, butterfly style, these things happen at some point almost to everybody. So, maybe it was just probably a combination of both.
And back to the contract, you've been at this for such a long time now, and you're only 4 or 5 weeks from the free agent market opening. You're not enticed at all to give that a try?
No, like I said before, I'm not going to play for anybody else than the Bruins. This is our home. We have 3 kids. Kids enjoy here. They have friends in school. We have friends. At this point in my life and career, I don't see any reason to, go anywhere else. Especially, with the health I'm looking at now, recovery time of 5 to 6 months. So hopefully it works out that I recover well, and then we can talk about contracts when time is right for that.
Okay. And how soon surgery?
Hopefully within a month.
Okay. Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
Hamley Benjamin.
Hi, Tuukka. I just wanted to see if you had a sense of how much longer you want to play going into this new contract, of how many more years?
Who knows? I mean, I think first and foremost, I'm trying to get this hip fixed and start the recovery, and we'll see how I feel after. You never know how it goes. You never know what they find when they open the hip. Maybe, it's worse than expected. I don't know. So I kind of, it's tough to give you an answer now because, if everything goes too well and I start feeling great, I come back and play and feel awesome, then who knows how long I'm going to play. But it could also go the other way. Maybe I don't recover that well, and maybe, I just can't play anymore. Who knows?
Thanks.
Matt Porter.
Um, with all the injuries, Tuukka, I'm wondering, how do you look back at this year? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is a missed opportunity, but when you're hurt like that, does it change your perspective on things? How do you feel about the end of this season right now? How does it sit with you?
Well, we've dealt with disappointments many times. We've been very close a couple times. It's never easy to lose. Obviously, we felt like we had the team to make a run, but it's very small margins in the playoffs. You play against really good teams, and you just sometimes you got to tip your hat to the opponent too and say, listen, we're just that much. They were that much better than we were, and that's all there's to it. I mean, we definitely did everything we could to advance, and it just wasn't enough. And as far as I'm not gonna stand here and say, oh, it was because of my hip I couldn't play at my level. I felt like I played at very good level. There's game when it was 5 that was bad game I had, and that's probably the only bad game I had in the playoffs. And just one of those things that happens. But I thought everybody should be proud of themselves the way we battle.
And if this is Jeremy's net until January or February or whatever the case may be, how involved do you see yourself being in that process of helping him get up to speed?
Yeah, well, that's that's what I've been talking about with Sweens and coaching staff too. Is like that. I played enough hockey. It's getting to a point that any way I can be helpful for these young guys, I want to do it. So definitely, who knows what the goaltending situation is going to look like when the season starts. But I'm definitely up for helping out any shape or form I can. And I've been through it as a young guy. It's you were praising me the first few weeks, few months, and then a couple of years later it might turn. So that's why I'm here. That when that happens to him, I can be helpful and tell him to block the media out.
Thanks.
Mark Capella.
Hey, Tuukka, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Just a question for you. You say you're going to have surgery and then you wouldn't be back till January, February, and you don't want to play for anybody else for the Bruins. What if the Bruins didn't want to re-sign you? Would you retire at that point, or would you then have to reconsider and play for somebody else?
We'll see when we get there. Maybe I could go play in Finland. I have a part owner team in Finland. They're opening a new rink. Maybe at that point I'd play in Finland. Who knows? Maybe I'd go play Czech Republic again. I don't know.
Tara Sullivan.
Hey, Tuukka, I was wondering if I could ask you about a teammate. We just talked to Kevin Miller. Like, you're dealing with injury. You saw what he went through and has gone through for so many these past few seasons. What do you feel for a guy like that?
Well, it seems like it's the same old story every year. He can't get a bounce. Seems like he's had every single injury there is to have. I mean, he everybody who knows him, and you guys watching him play, he leaves it all out there every night he plays, and his style of play is much appreciated along with the teammates. He's a great warrior, and it's just sometimes you get into these injury cycles and you never seem to get out of it, and I feel bad for him, but he's been a great teammate. We've had such an awesome time, a great player, and who knows what the future holds for him, but we hold him in a very high standard here.
Last one, Dan Roach.
Morning, Tuukka. Two questions. One, just the first one, did you have your exit meeting, and was that kind of the game plan that you guys came up with together about the surgery and the rehab, and then kind of go from there afterwards?
Yeah. I just spoke with the doctors this morning. I talked to Sweens and coaches. So we mapped out a plan.
And also, how difficult has this been on you? Not just the physical part, but the mental part. And you kind of alluded to it a little bit. You seem like, you're sitting there, Bruins games going on, and people just on social media, whatever, you get criticized all the time. I know it's part of the business, but you're also a human being. I mean, after a while, how hard is it for you to take it? You know, seemingly everybody wants to blame Tuukka Rask for all that goes, with the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, well, I don't. There's a reason I don't read social media or the news really, because when you get caught up in that, it might be mentally tough. So it really doesn't affect me because I don't hear that noise. But like I think I've said it many times before, but people have opinions. They have the right to say whatever they want to say. As long as it's in some kind of a good limits, and I respect that. It doesn't affect my game, and I feel like every time I go out in the town or wherever, people have been really supportive. And it's not like, I go to grocery store and people are throwing eggs at me or yelling at me over there, that might suck. So people nowadays, they talk in the social media, whatever the topic is, it seems like everybody has an opinion on everything. So it doesn't bother me.
I know that everybody wants a cup, but how proud are you of your body of work, what you've done in a Boston Bruins uniform?
Yeah, it's it's one of those things that this is, the Patriots definitely haven't helped anybody in that regard because they won championships every year, it seemed like, and the city only recognizes champions as their heroes. But obviously, as an athlete, you want to win, you want to have a chance to win every year, and I think we've been very close a few times. It's unfortunate that we haven't reached that goal yet, and I haven't won the cup as a playing goalie, but I feel like I played good hockey and given us a chance. And it's tough to win. There's very few guys who win it. It's not easy. We definitely tried, and yeah, I just haven't been able to close the deal, and that's the way it is. You just have to deal with it. Maybe it'll happen. Who knows?
Thank you,
Thank you.
Tuukka.
Thank you, guys.